Four in your corner, staying on the case of this 98-year-old Lee County man who mistakenly paid for his own cremation twice. As we told you last night, the funeral home that sold Herb both policies years apart won't refund his money for at least one of them. Now, he does admit that he forgot he bought the first one years ago, but many of you are saying that's not good enough. This is blowing up on our social media pages with your comments and your suggestions on how we can help him out. And now he's getting a very strong supporter. Four in your corner's Michael Cadigan showing you who's stepping up tonight. Michael.
Patrick, Herb Wagner will be the first one to admit his memory isn't quite what it used to be. He eventually realized he mistakenly bought the same policy twice. That's when he went to the Coral Ridge Funeral Home and Cemetery to get his money back, but he was denied. However, an attorney I spoke with tonight says he's going to help make it right, and he's going to do it all free of charge.
98-year-old Herb Wagner leaning on his neighbor, Amy McLean, for help to get $1,700 back.
Oh, yes, I have use for it.
When she's called,
they should be jumping through hoops to help him. This was very unfortunate. It was unintentional. And he's obviously been a good customer.
Four in Your Corner reached out to Coral Ridge Funeral Home and Cemetery several times in the past 2 days. A spokeswoman would only tell us she won't discuss specific client matters with the media. So we took Herb's situation to a Fort Myers attorney.
Be interesting to know if he walked in and tried to buy a third policy, would they sell it to him?
Michael Noon from Goldberg Noon looking over statutes, saying Herb is protected by two specific laws. First, unjust enrichment, which means paying twice for the same thing. In Herb's situation, two cremation policies.
And even if it's by mistake, the equitable remedy is that the money paid should be returned.
Noon says it violates another law meant to protect the elderly.
That applies to anybody that's doing in the position of trust with an elderly person or someone who has a business relationship with an elderly person. And you're simply not allowed to go ahead and exploit or take advantage of the elderly.
Noon is troubled with the treatment Herb and McLean got when they brought up the two cremation policy problem.
Listen, anybody could perhaps make a mistake and give them the benefit of the doubt, but when the mistake is pointed out to the person that erred and they still refuse to do the right thing, I find that to be a little bit unique.
Noon says this case is reprehensible, and because of it, he's offered to once again take Herb's case for free. He also has some free advice for you at home to make sure this doesn't happen to you or your loved ones. Bring someone you trust when you're making your final plans. Michael Cadigan, Fox 4, in your corner.